Hi, I'm Matt Gardner, Signature's Associate Artistic Director, and welcome to SIGWorks' Monday Night Play Reading Series. Each season, we highlight 4 new plays by DC area playwrights. The readings this season will be entirely online, and I'm thrilled to highlight 4 remarkable voices in the coming months, including Audrey Cephaly, Andrew Rosendorf, Jaron Davis, and first up tonight, Rahima R. Rice. At the Full Yum is a beautiful new play by Rahima, and Signature is thrilled to be sharing it with you this evening. New work at Signature Theater is sponsored by Dan and Gloria Logan. SIGWorks Monday Night New Play Readings are sponsored by the Jenna and Paul Siegel Foundation through the Heidi Thomas Initiative in support of new work created and staged by women in the American theater. This play is 2 acts and will include a brief intermission. The running time is an hour and a half, and stay tuned after for a live talkback led by Farrah Lawal Harris with playwright Rahima Rice and director Jared Shamberger. Now, here is At the Full Yum by Rahima R. Rice.
Teresia, 36, is sitting in the living room of the home she rents in the North Michigan Park neighborhood of Northeast Washington, D.C. She is on the sofa drinking from a beer bottle and smoking a blunt. Her long hair is stuffed into a satin bonnet. She is wearing a comfortable sleeveless dress that outlines her nice shape. Her feet fit cozily into a pair of slippers that used to be a bright pink, but are now so worn and dingy the color is no longer apparent. The news is on the television. A protest happening a few blocks away has turned violent. What started out as a peaceful gathering to protest the recent death of a DC teen by Metro PD has now become very violent. Officers from several jurisdictions have flooded the northeast section of DC near the Fort Totten Metro Station. Stay tuned to Fox 5 for continuing coverage of these events.
Wild as shit.
The doorbell rings. Teresia goes to answer it. Jacob, 36, enters in a panic. Though they share a child, Teresia is never happy to see Jacob. His random pop-ups at her home always come with a stressful agenda.
Damn, Jacob, what you want?
Where's Ohaji?
What you here? Damn, first of all, why are you here? First of all.
I came into town to see Ohaji.
Well, he ain't here.
Obviously. Do you even know what's going on out there? I've been trying to call him all afternoon.
Well, I didn't see the news. Them niggas wild and throwing shit at the police and shit.
Isn't Ohaji usually home by now?
Teresia picks up her phone from the coffee table.
Shit, what time is it?
Jacob starts nervously pacing. His foot hits an empty beer bottle on the floor.
Too early to be drinking, don't you think?
Leave me alone. It's my day off.
In here, drunk and high. No wonder you don't care where our son is.
Our son? You funny as shit. You know that? Let me call my son.
You do that.
Teresia tries calling Ohaji, continuing coverage of the growing riot in Northeast DC.
Teresia.
What?
Teresia turns to see what Jacob wants. He is pointing at the television.
Ohaji,
And motherfucker, I'ma kill that boy about to get his little ass locked up over what? Throwing shit with them fools? Me, my damn bad.
This is completely unacceptable. Why is he even over there?
Where's my sneakers at?
Jacob moves out of Doresia's way while she looks for her shoes.
Is you asking me or is you accusing me of something?
Look, you find your shoes so we can go find him. I don't need anything happening to him.
Of course you don't.
Doresia finds her sneakers under the sofa. She quickly puts them on and grabs her keys. Jacob stops her at the door.
You gonna take that thing off?
You still bougie as shit. My hair not even done.
I'm sure your hair is fine.
Doresia pulls off her satin bonnet. Her hair falls past her shoulders. She puts it in a high bun with a band she pulls from her waist. Jacob and Doresia exit. We hear the sounds of an angry crowd. In the distance, we hear a repetitive chant. Ohaji is center stage, angrily throwing rocks and bottles between chants of
"Fuck the police! No justice, no peace! Fuck the police! No justice, no peace!"
Ohaji!
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 Jacob and Doresia enter, finally seeing Ohaji. Doresia grabs Ohaji's arm just as he is about to hurl another object.
Ohaji! Boy, you done lost your damn mind. What the fuck is you doing?
Doresia slaps Ohaji several times. Jacob grabs at her, trying to pull her away from Ohaji, but she yanks away from him. Doresia pushes Ohaji, attempting to get him away from the protest. Towering over, he stands firm. She slaps and hits him again.
What, you's a big man now? Huh? About to get your ass locked up out here wilding. Get your ass home.
No, Ma.
Ohaji, come home now.
No, I'm staying right here.
Ohaji turns his back to Jacob and starts chanting again.
Fuck the police! No justice, no peace!
Doresia lunges at Ohaji again. Jacob pulls her back.
Get off of me.
All this hitting isn't the solution.
Oh, so what, you know better? You know better?
Yes, I do.
Right. Because you smarter than everybody. Fuck you, Jacob. Take your ass back to Cali and I'll deal with my son. Like I've been doing my whole damn life for my damn self for the last 17 years.
See, that's your problem. Right there. Bringing up shit that doesn't have anything to do with the matter at hand.
It mattered to me.
I'm here trying to make sure our son gets home safely.
Nigga, you try and make sure your golden ticket don't get injured, nigga. Nigga, I'm hip. You don't give a fuck about him.
Police officers rush on the stage. One grabs Ohaji, tackling him to the ground. Doresia goes after the officer.
That's my son! That's my son!
Ohaji is pulled away by the officers.
No! Jacob, that's my son! That's my son!
Doresia again attempts to lunge at the officers, but Jacob pulls her away.
That is my son! Jacob!
Doresia and Jacob storm into Doresia's home. Sirens and the roar of the angry mob can be heard in the distance.
We gotta go get him. We gotta go get him, Jacob. We gotta go get him.
This just in. The mayor has issued a mandate that everyone in the North Michigan Park, Riggs Park, and Brookland neighborhoods stay indoors. The riots have flooded these neighborhoods, and for your own safety, please stay indoors.
I get my son. I don't even know what the fuck where they fucking took him.
I'm sure he's not far. The 4D, maybe.
Well, I'm coming for them motherfuckers. Lay a hand on my son. Lay a motherfucking hand on my son.
Try to calm down. Look, I'm gonna make some calls. He's underage with a clean record. He won't be charged with much.
Doresia plops on the sofa. She takes a swig from the beer bottle on the coffee table.
And then you gonna go then, right?
Go?
Yeah, Jacob. I don't need you here.
Did you hear the news? I can't go out there.
Soft ass.
Excuse me?
Soft ass nigga. You should be out there getting my damn son, not sitting in my house stunting.
Doresia lights the blunt she left in the ashtray.
So that's it? You're done? Just gonna sit here and get high?
It's what the fuck I do in my house. You don't like it? Get your soft ass out of here.
Jacob sits next to Dericia.
I don't get you. All that mouth, and when it really matters, you just sit down and chill?
Really bad. Just shut the fuck up, Jacob. You don't even know what the hell you're talking about.
We can fight this. He wasn't doing anything that was...
Ass was throwing rocks and bottles at the fucking cops. And your bougie ass acting like what's in your pockets is just gonna fix this shit. It ain't. You think you think he ain't gonna be charged with much? Think again.
It's not just about money, Dericia. My lawyer is very connected in DC. Now, once Ohaji gets his phone call, we can get some answers, names and badge numbers, bail him out.
Ain't shit changed with you.
What's that supposed to mean?
You just still in that little box. That whitewash money box, like that shit that affects everybody and other niggas on earth, don't affect you.
There you go.
What, that's real talk? You think the cops gonna dismiss what the fuck that boy did because his daddy and his Jew lawyer flashed that bread and talk that talk? Make some promises and deals and that's it? Shit. Everybody ain't a sucker for courtside seats, Jacob. Your flashy shit ain't gonna get Ohaji out this time.
And making threats will? Reacting violently to a situation instead of using your brain. Talk about a box. This has been you, your typical MO since we met.
Fuck you, Jacob.
No, seriously. No, let's test it. When's the last time you got in a fight? Just admit it.
Jacob moves close to Dericia.
Yeah, let me guess. A few months ago, maybe. At the salon.
If you know someone, why the fuck you mad?
Practice that day? Did you even wonder how he got the bail money?
Whatever, fuck you, Jacob. That's all you really care about. Ohaji's big basketball career. Our son, the NBA star.
Jacob gets up from the sofa.
I care about his success.
Care about your success.
Excuse me?
You care about what the success will do for you. Last 3 players you signed and benched and traded all over the league. You a motherfucking joke.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
And what will 4 years of college get him? That's what you're pushing, right? Forget the fact that he's hot right now. Cross your fingers that the league and all the endorsements will still want him in 4 years. That's your logic?
Didn't you go to college?
You know I did.
Well, I want the same thing for him too. I might can't stand your ass, but I knew what I was doing picking a college boy. Your ass is going somewhere, doing something with your life. I want the same thing for Ohaji.
He's about to graduate from high school with 5 teams willing to wait 1 year for him. Only one. Do you even realize how much money he can make? All your quick-to-fight hood crap will kill every single one of those deals. Why bank on a kid who has to run home every time his mother gets locked up and forgets her keys at some bar?
Dericia gets up from the sofa and jumps in Jacob's face.
You know, you always got those shit in my face and you get off on it. You think calling me on my shit gonna make me punk out? Ohaji also has some good schools wanting him. Can you name them? You even interested in them? Maryland, Duke, Temple, Gonzaga, Notre Dame. Okay? What's wrong with him getting a degree? What's wrong with it?
Those are good schools. They offering him something. They're offering you something.
What?
Did they offer you something? A nice apartment near campus? A car?
Think what you want about me, Jacob. But don't ever doubt I love my son. I'm the one that wanted him, remember?
Oh, come on. Really, Dericia?
I mean, you all about folks admitting shit. You don't remember telling me to get an abortion?
Suggested.
Told, motherfucker. Told, motherfucker. Matter of fact, threatened. Yeah. Tried to sick some family lawyer on me for all that kinds of forms to sign and shit. I ripped that shit up.
I'm well aware. Ohaji does exist.
Yeah, he does. And he here with me. And he been here with me all his life. Your little random pop-ups when you decide to come to town ain't gonna trump all these years, but it's just been me and him. Your ass don't get to just swoop in and make decisions when you wasn't even here.
That was then. Things change.
Other people don't. And I don't trust you for shit. Your ass left us. You should have stayed the fuck gone. All this popping up and shit. What you think? What you think that do to him? 20 minutes or an hour, a couple of times a month, any old time, please, nigga. Saying you coming, then canceling at the last minute. What the fuck you think that do to him? Do to me? I've been cleaning up your shit for years.
Thanks.
You's a smug nigga.
Look, I'm not gonna be attacked while we're stuck in here, okay? I don't need that shit.
Jacob walks to the refrigerator, opens it.
Lots of beer.
Whatever. Why you even pop up today? He don't go. Why did you even pop up today? He don't graduate for another few months.
Water. Thank God.
Jacob takes the water bottle from the refrigerator and walks back into the living room.
I was in town. I thought I'd stop by.
Nah, that ain't it. The playoffs is on right now. And you just ain't gonna miss all them handshaking opportunities for old Hodge.
You're wrong.
Am I? Why you sure for real? Because last time you could tell, you told O'Haji you might be back for graduation. It ain't graduation time. So, what's that?
Jacob sits on the sofa.
I'm not sure I can be at his graduation.
What? What you talking about you ain't sure?
I can't make it.
Well, which one is it? Are you ain't sure or you can't? What is it?
I can't.
You a piece of work. What's the excuse this time?
I asked Celeste to marry me some time ago. But recently we found out we're pregnant. She wants to move up the wedding date, so...
She doesn't have to show. The one after we fit that Barry Wang, huh?
I guess.
And you were just going to show up and tell O'Haji this shit and roll out. Is that what it was going to do?
I was going to explain it to him. Maybe take him to dinner.
Here's your money. So that solves everything, right? If the boy eating a $50 steak, he ain't going to be hurt. Is that what it is?
Why do you have to take it there?
Because, Jacob, why you keep doing this shit? Because of me?
This has nothing to do with you.
Does O'Haji know you getting married? Do we know? You said you asked us some time ago. How long ago? Huh?
Last year.
So you was planning to start a life with that white bitch and ain't even think to include your son?
She isn't white.
Her hair blonde.
Wasn't your hair blonde once?
Oh, but I'm all chocolate, boo. Okay? The Becky you marrying, not
She's mixed.
Yeah, just as mixed as your ass. Y'all a match made it happen. What you always been looking for, right?
Here we go.
Is O'Haji included in the wedding? Or Becky shut that shit down too?
Celeste wants a destination wedding.
Oh, what?
She wants to get married in Greece, so I'm gonna do what...
Oh, you can't pay for him to go? Would you broke all of a sudden?
She wants to keep it small.
Right. She wants to keep her new family small. You, her, and y'all baby. No Ohaji.
It's not like that, Daricia.
No,
She
yeah.
actually...
That's the fuck it is. You don't give a fuck about that boy. I wish I never met you. Should have never had Ohaji.
What? Why would you say that?
Look at his life. Look what I've done to his life. All he has to deal with. You know, I wasn't thinking. I wasn't thinking about those moments like when I had him. I just wanted a baby.
Daricia starts crying. Jacob goes to her, but she snatches away. Jacob backs away, leaning against the wall. Jacob grabs a paper towel from the kitchen and presents it to Daricia. She looks away.
You still keep your hair long. I like that. I remember when we met, I loved that long, pretty hair. You were intriguing.
At the pool, yeah.
What?
Where we met. Hurry out down the street. Oh, yeah.
Yes.
You and them college boys was in there looking lost.
I was the only one of my Georgetown friends from DC. They wanted to know what mumbo sauce was, and you're right. We got lost.
And look what you found.
Yeah.
Have you ever had mumbo sauce before?
No. No carryouts in Cathedral Heights.
I never do that. As much as you used to lick that stuff off your fingers, I thought you had it before.
It was finger looking good.
Yeah. You was all corny as shit too, always.
What did you want to be back then? I feel like you had goals and dreams beyond this.
Dream beyond who I've ended up being?
Yeah. Didn't you want to own a salon or something?
Yeah, but once I started working at one, my dream died. Salons ain't the business for real. Can't make that kind of bread I really want.
So, what's the business?
You really want to know?
Sure.
Jacob sits on the sofa and pats the space next to him. Daricia sits.
Okay. So, I've been thinking about cooking, right? Like, well, catering. Like sweets and desserts. I'm pretty good at it.
You have a business plan?
Nah.
Any capital?
What?
Money saved up.
Nah, I ain't got that far. Look, it was just an idea.
And I'm assuming you thought this would be something you do while Ohaji was in school? A way to support the two of you?
Yeah, maybe.
He graduates in a few months and all you have is an idea? Doesn't seem like you've thought this through enough for it to be an actual career change. Why don't you stick to doing hair? You've made a living all these years. It ain't like it's broke.
Daricia gets up from the sofa and lights her blunt.
You a slick motherfucker. Trying to have a moment and shit when all you really want is just to play me. Trying to make me feel like I ain't shit. Fuck you, nigga. I'm hip, nigga. Fuck you.
Oh, you're hip, huh?
Yeah.
We don't have to fight. I don't understand why things always go this way with us.
Fresh out the joint niggas can get a nice job and all the bitches and respect. But around the way chicks, we just good for doing hair, right?
I should be used to you being so extra. It's just so typical.
What the fuck did you even approach me for then?
What?
After full young, why'd you even talk to me?
Why are we going there?
Because we never have been there. Ain't got nothing but time. This is DC. The boy could be in that holding cell for a week.
Fine. Look, it's like I said. You were intriguing. You were very pretty and unexpected.
Unexpected?
Yeah, I mean, we were lost, but I knew it wasn't the best neighborhood. And I heard things about Michigan Park. I didn't expect to see anyone that looked like you.
Okay, you was expecting a patchy haired bitch and some bitch with some missing teeth.
I guess.
Well, what made you stay? I mean, why date me? I ain't changed much since then. I mean, we obviously complete opposites.
Well, Doricia, I'm not sure what you're fishing for, but I'm not going down this road with you. It's been 17 years. What could you possibly still be going through?
Doricia takes a long drag from the blunt.
I see your mother. Mm-hmm. She see Ohaji too. Take him sometime.
Wait, what?
Said John ain't spoke since your father died.
You have no right.
And that was what?
You have no right talking to my mother.
I mean, she say he left y'all like you left me and Ohaji. Had to focus on his career just like you. Yeah.
You have no right. How did you even... You weren't looking for her?
Oh, when she found out. I have met her before, Jacob. I mean, don't you remember?
No, I've never introduced you to my mother.
You're right. We was at some cookout, and she was there, and you pointed her out. But you're right. You ain't never introduced me. You ain't never introduced me to nobody that day. Or, I mean, ever, really. But I was just there. And your mother was the first Black lady I seen that looked like that. Like all polished and real clean looking. Like a chick on TV or something. And I was thinking I could be like her one day. Me and you was gonna be something, and maybe I end up being real polished too. But you ain't introduced me.
My mother did something with her life. She went to law school even before my father left.
Why leave?
It doesn't matter. My mother didn't sit around and wallow in beer and weed.
Is that what I do? Wallow? Well, she give me money sometimes too.
No. No way you're going to use my mother. See, this is why Ohaji should be with me. Celeste even suggested it after all that, after that last incident.
No.
Yeah, Becky ain't so bad. See, she's hip too and can see fucked up clear as day, but I told her no. Don't push it. Give Doricia a chance to fix it. But now, he mimight be better off with me.
No, Jacob. Okay, you ain't taking my son.
You're an opportunist.
It ain't for me. Okay, it's for your son. She came to us because of him. Saw a picture of me and him in the paper from when he won that big award from the mayor. Recognized me, I guess. And she came to us because of him. That's it.
I'm sure you told her some sob story. Oh, woe is me. I was a foster kid. Ain't nobody want me.
You ain't never think I might want a mother? Need somebody like a mother? You knew my situation, how I grew up, but you left. ain't even give me no way to get in contact with her. And I knew why. I knew why. And you ain't introduced me that day, and I knew why. But he ain't like me. Ohaji is not like me. He mine, but he ain't like me. He all I got left. And you some kind of evil if you take him from me.
Stop communicating with my mother. You're right. I knew your situation. I knew it then, and I know it now. You rested your head at enough juvenile facilities for me to know to keep you far away from my family.
But you never wanted Ohaji. But your mother does. She real good to him, real good. And we ain't got no family. So having her is real good for him. Seem like it's good for her too. All by herself in that big ass house.
You don't know what you're talking about. She isn't by herself and she has plenty to do.
No, maids ain't family. And volunteering only don't fill up your nights, okay?
I'm not gonna let you use up the last years of her life.
She ain't about to die, nigga. She want that time with her grandson. And I ain't mad at that.
You should have talked to me before you started anything with her.
You know what I think? I think you mad because that's just one more person that has to know about me and Ohaji. I think we your little secret, and to keep us on lock, you can't have too many people know what's up. And you only willing to let that secret out to claim him to all your fancy friends if he agreed to go to school for only a year and then sign with one of them contracts and become a big NBA star. Mm-hmm. That's what I think.
Well, we both know you aren't in the habit of thinking too clearly.
Well, it's what I know then. Motherfucker, I ain't dumb. I'm a lot of things, but dumb ain't on the motherfucking list. Now, for years, we barely seen your ass. No holidays, no birthdays. Then Ohaji sprout out. Start hooping and doing real good. And you such a half-ass sports agent, you seen them dollar signs. Shit. He don't sign one of them contracts, he ain't shit to you. He go back to being some kid you had with some chick you used to fuck.
Dericia walks to the refrigerator and gets another beer. She sits on the sofa, pops it open, takes a big gulp.
Look, on some level, you're right. On some level, you are. Ohaji was a mistake. That's just a fact. Me and you, that was never meant to be. I was very clear about my future, and it didn't include a wife and a kid. Not at that time.
Not with me.
No, not with you. Now, I dated you because you were fine. One of them pretty hood chicks that's good for the moment. I was having fun. And you were good to me. Cooking for me, cleaning up my place, always down for whatever.
Thank you for admitting that.
Dericia, look, I have this image, a very public image. It's very important I maintain that image. I can only face my mistake if it comes with a new narrative.
Oh, what?
Jacob sits next to Dericia.
If the story is different, spun, father reunites with his long-lost son and helps him build a successful basketball career.
My son ain't gonna be some type of lie. Be a man and just face your shit. I face my shit every day. Why can't you?
Jacob turns toward the television. Dericia sits back into the sofa, drinking her beer. The riots have swelled on South Dakota Avenue. We can only hope for a peaceful morning in Northeast. Dericia is asleep on the sofa. Jacob is asleep in a nearby chair. His phone rings, jolting him awake.
Hello? Yo, Haji? Yeah, yeah, of course.
Jacob hangs up the phone. He puts on his shoes and exits. Morning. Doricia is up, pacing. She makes a call.
Answer your fucking phone, Jacob. Answer the fucking phone.
Doricia walks into the kitchen. She opens the cabinets, pulling out pots and pans. She pulls out eggs and butter from the refrigerator.
Okay, I will cook. That's what I do. I will cook because you just gotta chill. You gotta you can chill. Okay.
The door clicks. Jacob enters with Ohaji following behind. Doricia runs to Ohaji, hugging him tight.
Why you ain't wake me up, Jacob?
He's home, Doricia. Can that be enough for now?
Doricia steps back from Ohaji. She looks at him, pressing her hands against the sides of his face.
You okay, baby? Anybody mess with you in there?
I'm fine.
Ohaji releases himself from Doricia's grasp, kicks off his sneakers, and sinks into the sofa. Doricia sits next to him, inspecting him for bruises.
I said I'm fine. Stop. Don't try to be all soft now. I'm probably all bruised up from you.
Well, fine.
Fine.
Doricia gets up from the sofa and plops down in the chair.
Ohaji, why were you protesting?
Cause you gotta go with the damn fools. Cause you gotta go with the fools, right?
No, let him speak.
Bruh, don't talk to her like that. What are you even doing here, Jake?
Wait a minute, who the fuck is Jake? Okay.
He said I could call him Jake sometimes if I wasn't feeling dad.
All right, there's a new narrative, I'm sure.
You're in some trouble, son. This incident could really mess some things up for us.
School, baby. Why we don't want you messing up those chances, okay?
Ohaji jumps off the sofa.
Look at you two. Us. We. This is me. I got myself into this. Matter of fact, I got myself into everything I ever done. I'm not an us or we with either one of you.
We just trying to figure out why you just gonna blow an opportunity and whatever the opportunity over this shit on the news.
I knew him. I knew him, Ma.
You did?
Yeah, Melvin.
Melvin? Who the? Look, boy. So what you knew him, okay? The police out here killing black boys at random. You want to join your little friend?
Nah, but see, this is why I don't tell you shit. You don't get it.
Doricia sits next to Ohaji, facing him.
Then make me get it. I ain't going nowhere.
They ain't have to do that. Messing with him because they didn't go through the turnstile? Like, how many kids on the regular don't go through the fucking turnstile?
They just shot him at the train station?
Nah, he ran. They chased him down the street to the Full Yum. Shot him in there.
At the Full Yum?
Yeah. He was at the McDonald's and saw him running. Like 6 cop cars behind him. 6 though? Mel little as shit. 1 cop could have scared him enough, but 6? We ran out to see what was going on, and they had pinned him up against the glass. Like his hands were literally pressed into the glass. But the handprints are still there too. There was a lot of yelling, and after a minute, they just shot him. Little Frankie was taping it on his phone, but one of the fucking cops snatched it from him. He was gonna put that shit on Snap. They ain't have to do that.
Well, baby, just try to calm down, okay? I see you in pain. Please stay calm, and I am so sorry I never met Melvin. And I'm sorry you had to see that, okay? I can tell he meant a lot to you.
Me too. But there's a time for you to be doing...
But his friend got shot. The boy hurting, Jacob.
Yes, but why did he run?
What?
Why did he run? Just take the ticket or the reprimand for not going through the turnstile and keep it moving. Live. Don't die over something so minor.
Minor to you, maybe? But we deal with this kind of shit every day. Cops just be harassing us.
Ohashi, come on with this we and us. You're different from those other boys. The kid probably had sorry.
Melvin!
Sorry. Melvin probably had weed on him, or worse. That's why he ran.
He ran because he's a nigga. Just like me. Just like you, Jake. You ever had a crowd of cops surround you like you just robbed a bank? Do you even know what the fuck that feels like? Oh, did you and the Albans boys even take the metro? Or was grandma picking you up in the Jag?
That's not fair. I'm well aware of what's going on in this country. Much of it is extremely unjust. But some of it is avoidable. And son, you cannot risk your future, your career for some kid who was just running. Sorry. For your friend. The risk is too great, Ohaji. You've got 1 year of college, then you're eligible to play. 1 year. I have contracts ready from all of the major teams, but stuff like today, hell, ESPN probably picked this up. The risk is too great.
Fuck a basketball career, man. Hooping ain't gotta be my life.
It's your way out.
Oh, my way out the hood. The only way I'm gonna get out.
Well, yes.
Bruh, you don't even know me. You know nothing about me, except that I hoop. And that's the only reason you've been kind of consistent these past couple of years? Oh, you think I ain't noticed?
Oh, Haji, I know I haven't done a good job of being present in your life, but I care, son. I do.
You care about your cut of the signing bonus. But it don't matter anyway, because I'm going to college for the full 4 years.
Eurecia jumps from the chair.
You are?
Oh, Haji.
Yeah, I'm trying to get a degree. Too much going on in the world for me to just be another nigga with a ball.
Well, that's great, baby. I mean, them schools gonna be lucky to have you. And you're right. You know, major in something that can be good to fall back on, right?
I'm not even thinking about a fallback. I'm thinking about a career. I mean, I'll take the basketball scholarship because ain't no other way to pay. But I'm gonna be a lawyer.
A lawyer? That's new.
Grandma been telling me about which classes I can take to prep for law school. That's what I'm trying to do. Defend niggas from all this injustice, make a real impact.
Well, I'm glad you've been listening to me all these years. Now, college is your way out.
This ain't about you winning, Ma. Wherever I go, you're not coming with me.
What?
I can't take care of you and focus on me for the next 4 years. I can't do it, won't do it.
Nobody expect you to take care of me.
Ma! Eurecia! Yes, you do expect me to take care of you. Because you see my success as your success. It ain't. I started hooping just to get away out of the house. Before I got some height to me, I was just a little nigga at the courts. Used to be out there all day, all night, just to get away from the weed and beer, you and your boyfriends fighting, the all-night parties. A teacher at school saw me walking home with a ball one night and gave me a ride. He used the ball and started working with me. Mr. Lewis. If I'm going to college for anybody but me, it'd be for him. He showed me the first way out, a way out the house.
Eurecia walks away from Ohaji.
Do it for that motherfucker then. Matter of fact, go live with his ass in the summer. I'm going to turn your room into an office anyway. I'm starting a business.
Ohaji brushes up next to Eurecia, nudging her.
Ma, it ain't got to be like that. I love you. I just can't live for you. We cool. I'll come home and sleep in your office. You gonna keep a little space for me?
Of course, baby. Always. Haji, I'm sorry, okay? I ain't been the best, but I'm gonna be better.
Ricia wraps her arms around Ohaji.
Me too. You hear me, son? I'll be better too.
Jacob comes up on Ohaji's other side, wrapping his arm around him.
Yeah, Dad. I hear you.
Good morning. The mayor is yet to lift the mandate as we continue our coverage of the riots in Northeast.
I've been on the way now. We've been on the stage in our playground. Not enough we change on the way down. Me, I'll go on easy 80 years now. There's a lot of things on my mind, yeah. Stacking money like 365. There's a lot of things on my mind, yeah. Stacking money like 365. No, this ain't no game to me now. Drip like water. Gas, what smoke, boy. Drip like water. I've been on the way now. We've been on the stage in our playground. Not enough we change on the way down. Me, I'll go on easy 80 days now. I've been on the way now. We've been on the stage in our playground. Not enough we change on the way down. Me, I'll go on easy 80 days now. Yeah, I ain't been feeling right since I left here. I ain't been feeling right since my cup ran out. I ain't been feeling right since I left. Drip like water. Drip like gas, what smoke, boy. I've been on the way now. We've been on the stage in our playground. Not enough we change on the way down. Me, I'll go on easy 80 days now. I've been on the way now. We've been on the stage in our playground. Not enough we change on the way down. Me, I'll go on easy 80 days now. I've been on the way now. We've been on the stage in our playground. Not enough we change on the way down. Me, I'll go on easy 80 days now. I've been on the way now. We've been on the stage in our playground. Not enough we change on the way down. Me, I'll go on easy 80 days now.
An alternate universe. Our main characters are fully transformed into their alternate selves. Duricia, 38, polished and poised in heels and an expensive-looking trench coat, anxiously walks to the front door of Jacob's home in the North Michigan Park neighborhood of Northeast Washington, D.C. Her cell phone rings. She digs in her large designer purse.
Yes, Mother. I'm here now. Well, I'm just going to ask him. No, I know, but I have to try. No. Yes, I'm really worried. Well, it's getting bad out here. Oh, okay, yes. Okay, I'll be home soon. Okay.
Duricia hangs up the phone and takes a deep breath. She raises her hand to knock, but she doesn't. She turns away from the door and speaks to herself.
Hi, Jacob. I know we're not speaking. No. Hello. It's just me. Charles is no. Just be real, Duricia. Be sincere. Get what you want, but be real.
Dericia intensely knocks on Jacob's door. The living room of the house is revealed. Jacob, 39, is sitting on the sofa. He's in his gym shorts and an undershirt, playing video games and gulping down many beers. He wears white slouch socks pulled up to his knees. His feet fit in large athletic flip-flops. He hears the intense knocking.
Who that?
Jacob pauses his game, waiting for an answer. Silence. He goes back to playing his game. Moments later, the intense knocking continues and interrupts his game. This time, Jacob gets up, sees who is on the porch, and seeing that it is Dericia, he backs away.
Jacob. Woo-hoo. Hi. Jacob, it's Dericia.
Hey, what? What you want? Y'all ain't about to.
Look, it's just me. Okay, Charles isn't with me. I'm here by myself.
Why are you here, Dericia? The summertime is my time with the boy, remember?
Well, can I come in, please? It's about Ohaji. I'm really worried. If you could just let me in.
Jacob goes to the door. Dericia rushes in, walking past him. She's pacing back and forth.
So, what's the worry?
Dericia looks around.
What, Dericia?
Well, where's Ohaji? I've been calling him all day.
Oh, man. Ain't no worry. This the same old shit. It's the same old shit. Yo, take your ass back to Cali and let me have my time with my son.
I'm staying in DC this summer. My mother isn't well, and, you know, the hearings.
Yeah, the hearings. You trying to snoop around my place? Help your case?
Where is he? I'm concerned.
Jacob goes back to the sofa and starts his video game.
Sorry your mom ain't well, but you can't keep doing this shit. The boy only been here a few summers, and you stay popping up with some fucking concern. What you think I've done this time? This what? This about his tattoo?
There's a full-blown riot happening down the street. I want to know where my son is.
Full-blown riot? Girl, you so damn dramatic. Man, ain't nobody rioting. What? Some niggas got into a fight? They got to fighting? What's
no,
that?
There is a full-blown riot.
All I know is I know you. Like, I know you all delicate and shit. Like 10 niggas rumbling could look like a lot to you.
But fine. Turn on the news.
You keep interrupting with my game with this dramatic shit.
Jacob finds the remote control and switches to the news. He's shocked.
Oh shit, what the fuck happened?
Exactly. Apparently some girl was shot by the police.
Damn.
Jacob goes to drink from his beer. It's empty.
So you see why I'm concerned about Ohaji? He could be at the riot.
Jacob goes to the kitchen to get another beer.
That boy ain't dumb enough to be at no
Jacob, come look at this TV. Come here. Look. Look.
Jacob enters back into the living room.
He ain't dumb enough to be at that goddamn riot. Well, that little nigga tripping.
My God, he's going to get hurt. He has no idea. Jesus, please, we have to get over there. Come on.
Calm down.
Jacob quickly looks around for his jeans, finding them. He starts to pull them up, sits and puts on his sneakers.
You tripping too, huh? Sit your ass down and wait.
Well, look at what he's doing. He's throwing bottles. I have never seen him act this angry. Where did he even get the nerve to do something like this?
What is you asking me for? I ain't never seen the boy angry like that either.
Well, this is just crazy.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go bring his crazy ass back home so we can get to the bottom of this.
Well, I'm going with you.
Jacob walks to the door.
I am going with you.
No, you ain't.
Dericia moves in front of Jacob.
You haven't protected me a day in your life. Today is not the day to try.
Dericia starts to the door.
And don't even think about what you're going to start telling me what to do with my son, especially when it comes to my son.
All right. Do what you want.
This just in. The mayor has issued a mandate for all residents of Riggs Park, North Michigan Park, and Brookland to please stay inside for your own safety. The riot is rapidly spread, and staying inside your homes is the only way to ensure your safety.
Wait, stay inside? What? I cannot stay here. I can't stay here. Not here. I can't stay here.
Well, you can't go out there. So I guess this is it.
Jacob plops down on the sofa. Doricia stays pinned at the door. Continuing coverage of the riot in Northeast. The angry mob has taken over South Dakota Avenue. All traffic is at a standstill. The police are in riot gear.
Oh, Haji.
Jacob points to the television. Doricia rushes to the sofa, trying not to sit too close to Jacob.
Oh, Haji! Oh, Haji, please come home, baby, please.
Since he gonna get his ass locked up.
No, they wouldn't do that. They would not do that.
He throwing bottles and this shit. This ain't gonna end well.
No, what if he's hauled off?
When he's hauled off.
Look, we have to get him. Screw the risk. I'm going to get my son.
Doricia starts towards the door, then stops.
What are you going to do, Jacob?
Jacob puts down his beer and walks to the door. Doricia and Jacob exit. Ohaji stands center stage. He's kind of a wimpy kid in glasses and an unassuming and not too fashionable jacket. He would definitely stick out from the rest of the neighborhood kids, and yet he is just as passionate about the injustice that has caused this eruption. Ohaji joins in the chanting we hear in the background.
Fuck the police! No justice, no peace! Fuck the police! No justice, no peace!
Over the noise of the roaring crowd, Doricia and Jacob call out to Ohaji off stage.
Ohaji!
Oh, Haji!
Ohaji!
Haji!
Doricia enters, seeing Ohaji.
I see him, Jacob. I see him. He's over there. I see him. He's right there.
Doricia starts toward Ohaji, but stops short, struck by the sight of her child. Full of rage, Jacob rushes towards Ohaji, catching his arm, and as he is about to throw another bottle.
Boy, put that bottle down. What you doing? Why are you down here?
Ohaji yanks out of Jacob's grasp. He looks past his father, looking at Doricia, still standing struck in the distance.
The both of you can just go home, because I'm not leaving.
Jacob grabs Ohaji.
Oh, you bad now. This you? Getting into shit with fools you barely hang with? They daddies ain't down here. You want to be like them? Huh?
Ohaji pushes Jacob away from him.
I am like them.
Jacob pushes Ohaji back hard, almost knocking him to the ground. Doricia jumps in front of Ohaji before Jacob returns another powerful blow.
Stop it. Just stop it, Jacob. Leave it. Stop
Doricia
it.
turns to Ohaji, placing her hands on his face. He's hurt, but stands firm.
Come home, son. It's really dangerous out here. We can talk about whatever you're feeling, okay?
No, Mom. I'm tired of talking. All I ever do is talk. It's all we ever do. Talking isn't doing. Right now, something needs to be done.
Ohaji turns his back to Doricia and again joins the chant.
Fuck the police! No justice, no peace!
Booms and crashes scare Doricia, causing her to duck. Smoke fills the air and she can no longer see Ohaji or Jacob.
Ohaji! Ohaji!
Jacob comes through the smoke, pulling Doricia off stage.
Let me go, Jacob. Let me go. I have to get my son. Ohaji! Ohaji!
Doricia and Jacob rush into his house. Doricia is coughing, wiping tears from her eyes.
I gotta go back, Jacob. Jacob, I have to go back. I cannot leave him out there. I can't leave him out there.
Sit down. I'll get you some water.
You said he's going to be arrested. Maybe if he just.
Doricia, just stop, man. Calm down.
Okay, I am sure there's someone I can call. I mean, he'll get a phone call. He's a kid, for Christ's sake. They have to give him that. All right, they have.
They don't care. Fuck his phone call. That's how that shit go down.
Jacob goes to the refrigerator and gets a beer and a bottle of water. He comes back to the sofa, opens the bottle, and takes a long swig. He hands the water to Doricia. Doricia takes the water bottle and stares at him.
Well, at least I'm thinking it's ways to fix this. I mean, look at you. It's just so typical.
What's so typical?
You, this passive behavior, giving up. You just give up on everything.
I know I ain't been out long, but I ain't never give up on Ohaji.
So you say.
So you stay thinking you can beat the man. You can't.
The man? When are black folks gonna stop making reference to the man? I mean, how long ago was slavery? When did segregation end? I mean, all of those police out there are black, and you work with a gang of Negroes. So who's this man? Who's this man who's over you?
You know what I mean. It's got to carry shit.
The white man? Is that who the man is still? I mean, I heard there's a white man running Metro now. He calling you a nigga every day, huh?
Nah.
Nigga, drive that bus, or else.
All right, Doricia.
I'm just saying. You think I'm out here trying to beat the system? When I'm just not, I'm just concerned about my son.
And you think I'm not? All that ego when you think you high and mighty, what's it gonna do? Look where all that ego got your daddy. The white man, black man shit. The law man ain't give a shit about his ego, status, or money. Shit, click, nigga.
My daddy was a good man.
Your daddy was a thief.
It was never proven.
Yeah, it was. He's gonna go defend that nigga to the grave. And he stole from the city. We elected him, and he stole from us.
Like you even voted.
That ain't even the point.
Right. Our son is the point. What would compel Ohaji to go to a protest and then engage in a riot? Actually pick things up and hurl them at the police?
Why I feel like you keep blaming me for this shit?
Because I think you know something. I mean, who the hell has he been hanging with, Jacob?
Man, I don't know. I don't be clocking that little nigga. He do his thing.
I don't send him here so he can do his thing. I sent him here to spend time with you.
No, you send him here because the man say you have to.
Oh, an unfortunate truth that I'm hoping to change.
Right. Shit. I can't believe I'm sitting in my house with you doing the same shit you and your man trying to pull, dragging me to court.
You have some nerve. Dragging you to court? What the hell did you drag me through 2 years ago?
That was some shit I deserved.
Deserved? Locked up for more than half the boy's life, but you deserve joint custody? How's that work?
That was your argument then, right? Didn't the judge answer that for you?
You know, you a son of a bitch.
Whatever, yeah.
No, seriously.
No.
Seriously. Folks are out there hemming and hawing about the system being set up for the mothers, but the penis is a powerful thing. But its mere existence, it entitles you to walk around claiming you're a father? Locked up for 10 years, didn't pay shit, didn't do shit. Hell, you didn't even write Ohaji letters.
I didn't know where you were.
You knew where the hell we were. Don't you dare. Don't you dare, Jacob. Your mother had all of my information, blew up my mama's phone with news from the jailhouse every time that she spoke to your tired ass.
Well, you ain't have to move to Cali. Take my son all the way across the country.
And you didn't have to get locked up, but you did.
I've been working hard since I got out. The judge seen that and gave me a chance. And that's all I ever wanted from you, a chance to...
I did not come here for this. You know why I left? And fuck that judge. You got a chance because you drive that bus. Metro only requires you fools speak English. Care how many years you watch the sunrise through bars.
It ain't gotta be so tense with us all the time, man.
Look, Jacob. Look, I would much rather be anywhere but here. Anywhere. So just answer my original question. Let's just focus on the boy. Who does Ohaji hang with?
He hang with the little niggas in the neighborhood sometimes. They don't do much. Be up at the McDonald's or at the Full Young, hooping at the courts and shit. Them niggas ain't loafing though. They go to school and shit. They got little jobs.
Little niggas in the neighborhood. See, this is what I hate, what I despise. This. This is why my son comes home to me 10 pounds heavier with pimples on his face, getting his meals from McDonald's and the carryout. The same damn carryout you used to take me to. What, the Full Yum? Rat-infested hole in the wall? So glad I got out of this neighborhood. So glad. Because listen to you. Nigga this, nigga that, loafing. I mean, who talks like that?
A real nigga.
Please. A broke ass DC nigga ain't doing shit. Ever. Michigan Park nigga.
Oh, them Cali niggas ain't no different.
Oh no, Charles is. Charles didn't fall in the work for Metro Track. See, you think you big shit because you broke off the road and get benefits? Negro, please. That's just a way for you to be king of the meat market and get paid for it. And your ass is a stereotype to the fullest, a DC statistic, a damn cabaret every weekend, still idolizing Junkyard, getting your crabs from Rough and Ready, making your passengers wait for you to hop off the bus to pick up your greasy fish sandwiches at Horace and Dickie's, scared of the man because you know you'll never be one, a man.
Oh, look at you with that big shit talk.
Mm-hmm.
But you right. I'm sure that motherfucker Chauncey.
Charles.
Yeah, that nigga Chauncey ain't nothing like me. You right. Shit, jump be cranking. And Horace and Dickie's stack that fish like a nigga like. What, don't fake? You used to stay in Horace and Dickie's, getting that catfish on white bread. Still got that Northeast.
Wheat bread. Wheat bread.
Oh, does Chauncey have you eaten wheat bread now?
Charles!
Chauncey got you shopping at the farmer's market? Y'all be picking fresh basil from the garden? Yo, what that boy say y'all be eating? What is it? The motherfucking couscous? What the fuck is a couscous?
It's a food. Good food. Charles likes to eat fresh, and so do I. We intend on living past 65, and I intend the same for my son. Charles has the kind of lifestyle that can provide Ohaji with whatever he needs. Charles does.
No, you don't?
Yes, he does.
Nah.
You don't know shit.
No. Charles is some shit. Yeah, his career is some shit. That man ain't signed somebody hot in a minute. Them D2, D3 bench warmers ain't providing my son with shit. Man might need to change sports, something. Sign some bigger skaters, or bad betting players. What?
Well, at least he isn't a felon.
Your felon is real. Your felon is real loaded.
You really gonna look me in the face with that lie?
No, look, I mean, I know what they say I did, but that shit wasn't worth no 10 years. I ain't really do shit to be called no felon.
10 years worth of something, so categorically, you're a felon.
If it's put in a category, yeah. But don't nobody walk around calling a nigga a felon, though. So only your bougie ass want to label a nigga with some shit trying to stunt.
Well, look, you're a rat. Everyone knows that. Because you ratted and I wasn't around to testify. That's why you didn't do more time. Surprised someone hasn't tried to kill you.
Yeah, if I got shot, Ohaji wouldn't have a father.
Yeah, it would. Charles. Charles is a father now.
You vicious, young.
Yeah.
Vicious as shit.
Well, I'm within rights.
Nah, it ain't got to be like this, though. I mean, look, I know I ain't shit for real. Like, in your eyes, I ain't. But I got my shit together now. I can't make up for the past shit I done. But the present, the future, it's bright as shit.
Well, that's very convenient.
What?
Convenient for you to have your shit together now. To be looking towards a bright future now. Convenient.
Look, Doricia, I know I ain't shit in your eyes.
And you know why. You know why I will never, ever look you in the eye and not see a total piece of shit.
Doricia walks towards the door. Jacob grabs her arm, pulling
Don't
her
touch
away.
me.
No, you can't go out there.
I need to go to hell out there. And I need to get out of this house.
What you think I'm gonna do? What you think gonna happen?
I don't know.
Yo, I thought
what? That I had gotten over it? Because at some point you said sorry? That I had moved past it?
well, yeah. Look, I apologized a long time ago to you and your mom. You got my shit together and been taking good care of the boy. So yeah, I thought you were over it.
Yeah, over it. Never really understood what that means. My mind is clouded with memories that seem to never go away, no matter how hard I try. A handful of bad times with you. I'm just supposed to dig a hole and bury it somewhere. Is that what it is?
I don't know what you're supposed to do.
Of course you don't. Because you clueless. And you got my son probably going down the same path as you. Hanging with a bunch of shiftless Negroes with nothing to do with soak up some trouble. Soak it up till it drowns them, and then they get locked up too, or worse. Making stupid, fucked up decisions.
Is that why you're trying to get full custody?
No.
Why then? Because I take care of my son. I only get him for the summer. Why you gotta mess that up?
I have my reasons.
What fucking reasons? The boy has a good time with me. You gonna ruin that because of what?
Charles wants to get married.
Okay.
And I want him to adopt Ohaji. I want us to be a family, me, Ohaji, and Charles.
What the fuck does that got to do with me? The boy already out there with y'all. What's marrying that nigga gonna change?
For Charles to adopt him, you have to give up your parental rights.
Give up my rights? You mean not be his daddy?
Yes. Not be his daddy. You haven't been much of one up to this point, so I figured Ohaji wouldn't be missing much.
You figured? Man, no.
Why? You've been out, what, 5 years?
Yeah, and in that time, I got a job and started renting this house. The court said I could see my son, that's what I'm gonna do.
The court doesn't know how reckless you are. The court doesn't know that at any moment you can make a terrible decision that could completely destroy Ohaji's life.
And his life is better out in Cali? I don't even know what kind of man he's becoming.
Charles has been doing a fine job. Ohaji respects him. They have a really good time together.
But he's a wimp.
He is not.
Look, I was just as shocked seeing him throw shit at the cops. From what I see, the little nigga ain't never even thrown his fist, so I don't know where all that rage is coming from.
Doesn't have to know how to fight to be a man, Jacob.
Yes, he does. He's a black man in America. He gotta know how to defend himself
if he's challenged, if he's in a dangerous situation.
Yeah.
Like you. Like how his daddy reacts in dangerous situations? Because I know different. I remember a time when you ain't know what to do. Terrible decisions, lives destroyed.
I never meant for things to go.
I need my son with me full time. Meet Charles and Ohaji, that's it.
I've changed, Doresia. Look, what happened that night?
It's not, I'm not, it's what I want. Don't you get that? It's what I need to not have to come back here ever again and see your face. That is what I need.
Doresia starts to cry. She sits on the sofa, pulling her hair out of the ponytail, puts her face in her palms. Jacob stares.
That night was stupid. I ain't never said that, but it was. I say that to you now. Robbing your people's place. I was young and dumb, man. It was a dumb idea that just went all the way left, but you can't still be holding that against me. What happened to you was not my fault. You can't blame me forever.
I can and I will. I can and I absolutely will.
Look, I'm trying here.
I fucking loved you. I did. It's my fucking intelligent thug. A Northeast girl's dream guy. I would have followed your ass into a fire, trusting that you had my back. My daddy was gone to prison, so it was you.
It's too much.
What? What was too much?
Being that kind of man for you. Knowing your daddy was locked up shook me like shit. Man, she needs to be taken care of. About to have my baby, but I'm young and dumb and I ain't know shit. I was out in them streets doing my thing. Look, man, I'm sorry, okay? All my heart, Doresia, I'm sorry.
All these sorries, all these sorries. Are you trying to make amends or something 15 years after all these sorries?
15 years too late, but yeah.
But you can keep it. Keep your useless amends. I decided not to be able to stand you works for me.
Look, we stuck in here for who knows how long. Doresia, I got this time. I'm gonna use it. You ain't gonna take my son. So if it's amends you need, I'm gonna use the time I got to get it.
For what? You want to try to pull some forgiveness out of me? I will never ever forget. I will never ever get that night back. Ever. Do you understand that?
Doresia pushes Jacob hard, punching him in his chest. He takes it.
It's burns in my fucking head. My fucking eyes, my fucking ears, my fucking pores, the hairs on my fucking head. Do you know I shaved my head after that night? Just hoping I no longer feel them tugging. I made Charles throw out all of his cologne because it all smelled like them. Cologne and sweat. Bitter on my tongue because it dripped in my mouth. In my mouth when I was screaming. And I will never get that back. I will never get that back. I will never get that back.
Doresia collapses to the floor. Jacob goes down to the floor with her.
Doresia, please. I ain't know, man. I ain't know how they was gonna do that to you. You wasn't supposed to come home. And shit just got crazy. I never knew them niggas was that wild, to tying folks up, and I had my gun on me. Watching them pull you away like that, on my heart, I couldn't move, baby. I couldn't move.
Your baby was in me, already growing inside of me. And you just let them.
I didn't let.
You didn't move. You didn't fight. You didn't give. You just gave up. You gave up on me. You gave up on us. You gave up on your son. You just gave up. Just gave up.
Alicia, I'm sorry.
A man couldn't come near me till I met Charles. I went to Cali with no car. Couldn't even sit near a man at the bus stop. Fear would crawl up my back or my spine like a venomous snake, just wanting me to die.
Alicia.
Wanting me to die, and I wanted to die. I did. I tried, and Charles he saved me. My aunt was at work, and I left Ohaji with the neighbor. Packed 2 weeks worth of formula and diapers. And Charles found me on a bridge over the freeway, and he talked me down. Asked me about Ohaji. And I looked him in his eyes, saw his soul, and I felt safe. For the first time in a long time, I felt safe. Charles told me to go home and look at Ohaji, really look at his innocence. Look at how green he looks at the world. He said, whatever light was still in me, if anything at all was still there, I could give it to my son. I could live it through him.
I'm sorry, Doresia.
You said that already. But it's too late. It's too late, Jacob. Boys took my light that night. And so did you.
You know, I met your pops inside. Seen him one day on the yard. I went and I rapped to him.
Oh, what? He never said anything.
I wanted to tell him what I'd done, what had happened to you, but and it ain't feel like my truth to tell.
Well, I'm glad you didn't. Glad he didn't die knowing that about me. Some kind of piece of work, man. Some kind of life. Daddy put away for hustling the city. Baby daddy put away for hustling the hood. It's kind of fucked up life. That's what I was getting, flirting with the cutest boy at the park. Lifetime
Of what?
Crisis. That's what it is.
What can I do? Because we can't keep having this.
Yeah, well, all we can do is what's best for Ohaji. You can do that, okay? You can do what's best.
Doresia stands up. Jacob then stands.
You tired?
Yeah.
Well, rest on the sofa. I'll take the chair.
Thanks.
Doresia lays on the sofa. Jacob pulls a small blanket over her. Morning. The door clicks and Ohaji enters. He's filthy. That unfashionable jacket is torn at the sleeve. He stops at the door, watching his parents asleep in the living room. Ohaji walks over to the sofa, shaking his mother awake.
Mother.
Doresia awakens. She sees Ohaji and pulls him into her, tearfully kissing him.
Oh, baby, are you okay? Where are you coming from? Were you arrested? What is going?
I'm okay, Mom. No, I wasn't arrested. I'm fine. What are you doing here?
Jacob wrestles in the chair, waking up.
Ohaji,
Hey.
are you alright?
Yes, I'm fine.
You sure, son?
Yes, Dad. Stop asking so many questions, please.
Ohaji stands up and kicks off his sneakers.
Haji, I am glad you are home, but you must be in big trouble, baby. I mean, what were you doing at the riot?
It just felt like I had to be there.
Had to? Did you know the person who was killed?
Yeah. Tayana. She was we were friends.
The little girl you've been hanging with?
A girl?
My girlfriend.
You have a girlfriend?
Oh, son. I'm sorry. And I'm sorry I put my hands on you.
I'm sorry too, but you never talked about
Tayana.
I didn't think you would understand. She wasn't like you.
What do you mean?
She's from around here, but she's around the way, you know?
How you used to be.
Well, you cared about her, obviously. A riot, Ohaji, my goodness.
A riot is just an emotional response to a traumatic situation, Mom. Like breaking a dish when someone is cheated on. I had no other way to communicate my rage.
Well, it's better to communicate with your words, Ohaji. You were throwing bottles at the police. That's unacceptable.
I understand your raised, son, but I gotta agree with your mother. We ain't raised you to be nothing like.
But you didn't raise me.
Hey, watch your tone, boy.
No, I think I should be allowed to be a little emphatic.
Well, I'm not sure what that means, but if you plan on bucking at your pops, you might as well. You better slow your roll.
You didn't raise me, Jacob. And yes, I'm calling you by your first name because that's how you were introduced to me 5 years ago. Hey, Ohaji, I'm your father, Jacob. And Jacob is all I ever heard from people. You know, that's Jacob's boy. Man, that boy looks just like Jacob. You know what it's like being made to feel like you're twinning with someone you only know exists on paper? It feels like a lame joke you've been told too many times. Because the punchline is always the same.
But then I got out. You saw that I was real. And you saw me fight to be your dad.
I saw you put my mom through hell. I know what the court said, but the best part about coming here every summer was Tayana, not you.
Sorry you feel that way.
2 years ago, I sat in court and answered questions about whether I'd be okay coming to visit you. And you just... I look just like you. I only favor my mom a little. Always felt kind of weird being the son of someone I didn't really look like. So when I saw you in that courtroom, I thought, yeah, go be around him. I look just like you. Maybe we act alike too. Get to know him. Maybe he'll be able to explain some of my ways. Maybe we'll have the same likes. But we don't have the same likes. You play video games all day when you're not at work. That's it. We don't talk the same or laugh at the same stuff. We just look alike.
I'm doing my best. The video games, they keep me out of the streets, honestly. I got a job, man, and I'm supposed to be this upstanding citizen, but the call of them streets, they ain't no joke.
I never knew that.
I'm trying to be a man for you, son. I ain't always acted like a real man. Ain't done right most of my life, but I'm trying now.
Well, I appreciate your honesty, but I just want to be with my mom. Because the only thing that kept me coming to DC is gone.
Well, were you there, baby, when Tayana was killed?
Yes.
Were you involved? I mean, do we have anything to worry about?
No, Mom. It was just wrong place, wrong time. She had a lot of attitude, you know. I kind of like that about her. But I got her in trouble sometimes. This time I got her killed. She was trying to avoid fighting some girls. Some stupid KDY girls on the bus. I texted her to get off the bus and meet me at the McDonald's. I said, just go to the McDonald's. Some of my friends were already in there. They would have defended her for me. But she went to the full yum. And I got there too late. The cops were trying to break up the fight, and one got way too aggressive with her. The white one had his knees in her back and a baton under her throat. She was my friend, Mom. They didn't have to do that. And I'm banging on the glass like, she can't breathe. You're killing her. The fucking cop just looked at me dead in my face and dug his knees in harder. Tayana just stopped breathing. Stopped struggling. Like everything just went limp. She was gone. So I had to fight. I had to.
Daricia hugs Ohaji.
I'm not going to let anything happen to you, okay? I am here for you, baby. I am here for you.
Jacob sits next to Ohaji.
I got some work to put in with you. More than I thought I had to. Now, if your mom allows it, after she takes you home.
Daricia looks at Jacob. She smiles and nods her head.
I'd like to be able to call you sometime and get to know you better.
Mom?
That's fine with me. Thank you, Jacob.
Jacob hugs Ohaji.
I love you, Ohaji.
Daricia hugs Ohaji.
Love you too. I just want to sleep, if that's okay.
Mm-hmm. Sure. Okay.
They all get up from the sofa. Ohaji exits. Daricia watches Ohaji head to his room. Jacob stands behind her, watching on. Jacob puts his hand on Daricia's shoulder. She places her hand on his and looks back towards Ohaji's bedroom. The lights fade out. End of scene. End of
Thank you, Matt, and thank you to Signature Theater for having me. First, I just want to congratulate Rahima and Jared and the cast for a beautiful reading. Rahima, I have a prepared question for you, but first I just want to ask, how do you feel after hearing your words aloud?
I'm super excited. They did an amazing job. And I was a little nervous at first, but it was really exciting to hear my words come to life like that. They did a great job. Jared did a great job.
Awesome. I agree that he did a great job. But my first question for you is that I see that you originally completed the script in December 2018. And I'm curious to see how much has the script changed in light of what happened to George Floyd, or has it changed?
Interestingly enough, it has not changed. When I originally wrote this, we, of course, had experienced a lot of police brutality already. And I wrote this after the Freddie Gray riots. There was a mother who had gone down to the riots. It was captured on news footage. A mother had gone down to the riots to get her son back or to get him to come home. And she was hitting him, and there was some controversy about whether or not she should be hitting him. And I was just really focused on this woman or a woman who would be compelled to enter into a dangerous situation to get her son. And, you know, I certainly was not expecting that the world would still be in this kind of chaos 2 years later. So it's very interesting that the play has not changed, but the situation that we're experiencing and seeing happen surround us is still continuing to go on.
Yeah, for sure. For you, Jared, what was it like directing such an emotional piece in a virtual medium?
It was an interesting challenge. Fortunately, we had such great actors to work with, and they really, I think, understood the piece and understood these characters. And, you know, Rahima did such a great job creating such a rich world for these characters to inhabit that really the biggest challenge was making sure that the technology was working with the performances, right? That we weren't, that there weren't any sort of hangups there. And I think it came together really well. So yeah, I mean, just approaching this sort of the way you would approach any reading, any performance, and then letting it go from there.
Awesome. Question for both of you. One thing I really loved about the play itself and also the performances was the nuance in the characters and the dialogue and the situations. And I find that a common critique of Black theater, especially from white critics, is that it lacks nuance, you know, especially when dealing with difficult topics. And I wonder if you all can speak on the nuance of the characters as well as the subject matter that was addressed in the play.
Yeah, I'm very much a believer in writing very multi-layered characters. And I don't believe that people have conversations that are just this one note. So I really wanted to write these characters who are angry and soft and reflective and passive, and that we see all of that. We see the different levels and layers of that. But I also wanted them to hold a very rich authenticity to DC and the culture of DC. That was very significant and important to me.
Yeah, I think one of the first things that I discussed with the actors when we started rehearsing this was that I very much saw this as a love story, an unconventional love story, but a love story. And I think that also so many Black stories don't also get thought of as love stories. We tend to pigeonhole them as being about a theme or an idea and not about characters and their growth and their development. And I really thought that it was important to treat this in that way, as a love story between two people whose feelings had changed and perhaps soured and grown apart, but what was still at the core of who they are in their relationship, and of course their connection to their son, and then also the world around them and how the world impacts relationships. You know, no relationship happens within a bubble. So yeah, that was probably it.
Thank you. For you, Rahima, I noticed that Northeast DC, or DC as a whole, is so present throughout the play. You know, you have reference to Carryout, Mumbo Sauce, Junkyard, the Metro. Can you talk to me about your choice to set the play specifically in the Michigan Park neighborhood?
Yeah, I grew up in Brookland, Michigan Park, and I currently live in Michigan Park. And I've never really seen myself or my neighborhood reflected on stage and films and TV. I think there are a lot of other cultures who have had the privilege of seeing themselves culturally on stage and in films, and I feel like natives to DC rarely get that opportunity. And so it was important for me to write about my surroundings, write about people that I know, write in a language that people that I know speak, and for other people to really be able to see themselves in a dramatic space.
Awesome. For you, Jared, what themes or messages did you want the audience to walk away with?
I think the device that I thought was really interesting that Rahima used, of course, is that in Act 2, you know, sort of all the characters in the world sort of flips on its head, and truly the idea that people can be multi-layered, that stereotypes are really only stereotypes if we perpetuate them, and that everyone's story is valid and deserving to be told. And I think it was really great how the characters sort of take a turn and become different, and yet at the core of this relationship, again, for me, it's still a love story, is still love for each other, or fall in love for each other, a broken love for each other, but a love for their son, a love for the city, a love for other people in their lives. So I think even though people may present one way or you sort of make one assumption of them, you never know. But for sort of one change in circumstance, any of us could be very different than who we are today.
For sure. That was a great segue. I'm curious about Act 2, about the alternate universe, as well as the themes. I noticed that there were a lot of themes that touched on Black womanhood, from trauma, you know, sexual trauma, to the fact that the victim of police brutality was a Black girl. And I'm curious about how both of you navigated that subject matter, and also just the alternate universe of Act 2.
When I was thinking about what more I wanted to tell of Jacob and Daricia, I really wanted to tell all sides of that DC girl and that DC dude. I didn't want to leave them in a particular place. Like Jared was saying, in this stereotypical place, I wanted to show that there are all sides to Black people who are from DC. And so I flipped it and had them be different in Act 2. And then I also wanted to really discuss Black women's fear. I feel like Black women are not always allowed to express fear and express sorrow, express that they have gone through a traumatic situation. Black women a lot of times are always made to be the pillars of strength. And here's this woman who is faced with the person who's directly attached to this very traumatic and fearful moment, and it is finally able to sort of have a breakthrough with it. And so that was significant to me. And, you know, we're dealing with Breonna Taylor right now, but we don't hear the names of Black girls a lot of times who are killed. And so I thought it was important we hear about Black boys when associated with police brutality, but we don't always hear about Black girls. And I thought it was important to acknowledge a Black girl being hurt in that same way.
Yeah, I mean, I truly, the work really came from Rahima and the actors. I have to say, oftentimes I think as a director, the best thing that I can do for a work is to just get out of the way. And that was very much the case here, that I thought the words were so rich, the characters immediately come to life, even on the page. And so what I needed to do was just really sort of just get out of the way and help the actors get to where they were going and get to where Rahima wants the story to go and not try to do too much with it. So, you know, my job was pretty easy.
Awesome. I'm curious about, and this is a general question, it's not specifically about the play, but just for both of you, how important you view Black theater to be at this time, especially when it's Black folks telling our own stories. You know, the fact that we have a Black playwright, a Black director, all Black cast, and even though there are mentions to racism, we don't have any characters of other races. And I'm curious just what you all think about the position of Black theater right now in this landscape.
I think that the time is now for Black theater to really be at the forefront of what's going on in the country, what's going on in the world. This is the time for stories that maybe people have been sitting on or haven't thought were, you know, timely enough to tell them. I think that with all of the gatekeepers making a concerted effort or somewhat of a concerted effort to put Black stories out there, Black playwrights, actors, directors, producers need to take full advantage of those opportunities and put our stories out there so that we can have the kind of explosion of Black theater that I think that we've had in this country before. I think this is a very perfect time for that to happen.
Yeah, I would completely agree with that. I think it's important to remember that Black theater is not a new thing, right? This isn't a fad. This isn't something that just came about. Black theater has been around even longer than traditional theater has been around. And I think that's important to note. And also because of the state of the world is listening, the world is watching. And I think if ever there were a moment to take to the stage and tell your story, I think the time is now.
Thank you. I agree. Final question for you all. If you could say anything to Ohaji right now, if Ohaji were an actual person in this universe and you had an opportunity to speak to him, what would you say?
I would talk to him like I talk to my nephews. I have two young nephews, one of which who lives in the area. They both grew up in the area. And I would tell them that there is a world outside of Michigan Park and to explore it. Explore it as much as you possibly can, because so much will be opened up in you and so much of your understanding of the world will be opened up when you step off of South Dakota Avenue. That there's so much more to the world. There's so many people out there that will shake up your life. So that's something that I would say to him.
I think I would tell him that I see him, that his pain is valid and that his experience is valid. His anger is valid, and that he should find really useful ways to channel that anger. That yes, I think that being angry and protesting is all completely valid and also necessary. And I also think that it can't just end at protesting, right? There has to be change, there has to be action, and that he should channel all of that pain, all of that anger, and all of his experiences into that, because it's valid.
Thank you both for a rich discussion, and thank you again to the creative team, to Signature Theater, and just congratulations again, Rahima, for coming together with such a moving and powerful story. I was personally very moved by it, and I'm very grateful that I got to be part of this experience. So thank you all, and I'm going to turn it back over to Matt.
Thank you.
Thank you, Farah, Jared, and most of all to Rahima for your beautiful play. And thanks to you all for joining us this evening for our first Monday night play reading in this new virtual setting. The next reading will be in November. It will be Audrey Cephaly's new play, The Story of Walter. Until then, make sure to follow Signature here on YouTube and on our social media pages for updates on all the exciting things that we have happening in the coming months. In the meantime, stay safe, and we hope to see you back in the theater sooner rather than later.
Thank you.